That's good, folks. Thank you for joining us, Mike and Mike. We are coming back to you again another week with our podcast show. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. As you notice, we outside, baby. You know,
we outside.
We outside. This podcast can be anywhere. We can be Germany, France, Russia, Pluto, Mars.
Don't matter.
Moon. Don't matter.
Starship Enterprise.
Anywhere. We outside, baby. We outside. Anyway,
we outside.
We thank you for your support, and we continue liking and support. Share a friend, tell a family member, whoever you can share this with. Without further ado, we're gonna jump right into a program. We may have
we got
Mother
a little
Nature.
bit of sprinkles.
Yeah, Mother Nature may be
little
coming
shower
in. But anyway,
something like that.
To my immediate right, we have Angel,
AKA Prime Minister Khalees
in the house.
AKA Mr. Yeah.
AKA far too kind.
Far too kind, Mr. Content Creator.
Anyway, straight ahead, we got Justin, AKA
King Tox.
Baby.
In
the house. Baby.
The king of toxicity. All loose women, call me.
Yo.
What?
Anyway.
Don't stricken nothing from the record. We ain't got enough time to be stricken anything from the record.
This is Miss Tox still staying away from his
What
behind.
do you say? Yo, Miss Tox is history, bro. Matter of
Tox
fact,
is
I'm out
living.
here shopping. Yo, Lexi Soraya, holla at me. Holla.
Yo, they're going to come for you.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
I'm old enough to be her daddy, so she can call me daddy. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, last but not least, you got Mike in the house.
AKA
Maga
Porter. AKA this is bull crap.
Bull crap.
Yo, what kind of nincompoop?
All the nincompoos.
President Trump is Maga Porter's favorite president ever.
No. That nincompoop needs to
Maga loves President Trump.
Maga loves Mom Donnie.
Anyway, gentlemen.
Maga loves Mamdani.
Not in this lifetime. That not him and Uncle Trump, all of them. It's just, anyway.
Yes.
So, as usual, you want to kick off your minutes?
Actually, I don't
you should
see
have a lot to talk about.
What
if
we
not,
got to start? Nah, I mean, what was the one? Okay, they made some sort of peace treaty, right?
What peace treaty?
Okay, no, there was a peace treaty made. Well, supposedly there was a peace treaty made, right, with Lebanon. 10 minutes later, Israel bombs them with 150 bombs. Like I keep saying, Israel is a problem. They are a cancer to the world. They need to be eradicated. Okay, Trump, you're still messing up. You're still my guy. I still got somewhat love for you, but you got to get rid of Israel. As far as Mamdani, you got to go, bro. You got to go. He's just causing more and more ruckus. You know what I'm saying? Still practicing taqiyya. If you guys don't know what taqiyya is, that is a what is it? That is deception under the Islam faith, but it's not. It's frowned upon. It's not necessarily something that's championed, but that's basically what Mamdani's doing. Also, you know, basically just tearing my beloved city, you know, inside out.
New York City.
Exactly. But you know, that's my little quick 2 minutes of what I had to say. But what did you want to leave with there, Maga?
Well, there's a lot going on. So one, the important stuff what's going on in our society, in our world, is that Trump now is trying to bully Iran, and
Which is not working.
they went in and joined into a war which was unprovoked by Iran. They went into a war where now they're creating psychological, they're creating financial, and they're creating a stigma for the U.S. and
Yeah. And gas went up like
Worldwide.
$1. Gas went up literally what, $1.50 in the last month and a half, 6 weeks?
gas right now is at $5.60. Actually,
That's
that's
ridiculous.
premium.
How much is gas?
$5.60.
$5.60 at premium.
But that's premium.
ridiculous.
The regular
bro.
is for
Within 6
four-
weeks.
for something.
It's ridiculous.
For something. And this is all unnecessary.
It is.
And the fact that they started this war, they keep on trying to bully Iran. Iran has all the cards. When it comes to the political, when
Yeah.
it comes to the financial rim towards the world, they have all the cards. Trump is trying to push this dictatorship and this control.
Dictatorship.
And it's not going to work with them.
And it's not going to work.
They should have left Iran alone. Iran don't
At
bother
the end of the
nobody.
day, it's not going to work. Israel started this war.
Yeah, like they start every other war.
Israel and then the U.S. went in and started joining them for what?
Intervening.
Exactly.
Even their own corporal, sergeants, more top celebrity in the army,
Look.
encouraged Trump, do not go to war.
Exactly.
He disobeyed, and because of his edict and his control, as usual, nobody can tell him anything, and he went to war.
Yeah.
Now the world is facing a consequence of this. Not only
Deep
that,
one.
not only that, is that now the allies, NATO, 60 or I think or 30% of NATO is stepping aside from Trump.
Yeah.
Canada was paying 20 cents on the dollar to ask for U.S. to support their country for military purpose, because Canada don't have any army, so they
No, they don't.
They rely on the U.S.
They rely on us to protect
which is
them.
the $20, which is the 20 cents or 30 cents per dollar on the dollar for them to support it. Canada now pulling out. Canada now is stopped dealing with the U.S. He said, we don't want your support anymore because we're not going to side up with your foolishness.
Yeah.
So Canada now is literally pulling out of paying the U.S. for the military support.
Yeah.
Europe also blocking the U.S. from them flying into the airspace or them even just supporting. NATO is falling apart. And in the sense of falling apart, NATO is not supporting their own people who supporting the U.S., who the U.S. is defending and protecting. Look, Trump called out for NATO to come and support them about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
To come and support them, and NATO's like, hell no, we're not gonna get involved and have anybody killed because of your negligence, your incompetence and stuff like that, because of one country decide to go start an unnecessary war.
Exactly. And they're not even a country. They're just illegally occupying somebody else's land.
So, exactly. So
Talk about Israel.
Israel,
Of course.
correct.
All day.
So,
That's what I'm talking about.
it's a lot going on. You have innocent soldiers are losing their life. You have people in Iran are losing their life because these people now bombing some. And then Trump talking about he wants to do. It's like the way he's talking about he want to bomb these people now. It's like a crime war he's trying to kick off. So all this mess going on now. The world is falling apart, especially China. I understand that the U.S. have a ship blocking the
The Hormuz Strait?
Yeah. So China send their ship to, because China is supporting Iran and giving them weapons and stuff like that. So the U.S. like big dogs.
Like face off.
You not coming up in here, because they're blocking other ships from coming in, trying to starve and kind of strangle Iran. China now send a ship over, whatever the case may be, and China says, don't try to touch my ship. I don't have any business with you. You're not in U.S. waters, number one.
Exactly.
You're trying to interfere with my business with this country. Touch my shit.
Yeah.
Right up, straight up. So now the U.S. now put their tail underneath their ass like some little wild dog and set aside. I'm like, what are you trying to do? You're just creating more problems for the U.S. itself. You're creating more problems for the world economy. For what? Because of you want to have your which doesn't make any sense, cake and eat it too.
Yeah. And
Doesn't work that way.
It's embarrassing
So,
on the U.S.'s part, because it looks like we
It's
don't know what the
crazy.
hell
I
we're
mean,
doing.
all their allies are falling apart. All the U.S. allies are restructuring themselves.
Walking away
Yeah,
from
because
us.
there are the United States. Well, I shouldn't say the United States government, because obviously there's a difference between the United States and the U.S. government. We're the United States.
Correct.
Okay, we're the people. We are the people. We're the ones that really have the power. But it's the U.S. government that is ostracizing themselves and basically separating themselves from everybody else. Now, I've said before, the United States needs to isolate themselves and get back together. But you don't do it this way. This isn't right, because we have our own problems here.
Right.
And we're not facing any of our issues head on.
You mean as far as the economy? And
As far as the economy, everything going on. I mean, come on, look.
Stuff like that.
Gas literally went up $1.50 in the last 6
last
weeks.
month, right?
In the last 6 weeks, it went up $1.50. That's ridiculous.
You worrying about country of talking about country, they don't want these people to have nuclear weapons or nuclear energy or whatever the case
Correct.
may be. Now, why don't you stop these other countries? You have North Korea, South Korea, which is a kind of ally with the South Korea, but you have North Korea. In a sense, the word North Korea is like a dictatorship. You go over there, try to do some type of negotiation. Kim Jong-un tell you go kiss his behind. You don't do anything about it because you can't. These guys are not like a wolf dog or yard dog. These guys are pit bulls.
Yeah.
You have other countries, including in the Middle East, have nuclear weapons. Why don't you go stop them? You cannot bull force or you cannot try to control what the world does at the end of the day. Yeah. You have this ego behavior that whatever I say, I am the world dog. I am the world police.
And they no longer are.
And yeah, you can't.
They no longer
that
are.
era already passed and gone. It's a new era now we're in, and this bulldog or bulldozer business is not going to work anymore.
Yeah, nobody's scared of the U.S. no more. They're the bully, and you know what eventually happens to bullies? Bully, basically, they've always been the bully, and you know what happens to a bully? Eventually, your run is over. There's always going to be somebody meaner and tougher. And right now, Russia, China, North Korea, with everything going on, they're positioning themselves to be the top dogs in the world. You understand?
Russia is the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah.
They have the biggest landmass in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
The U.S. is second. China is third when it comes to like awareness, power, etc., etc. However, China, Russia has the most advanced development. Why U.S. is close, which is like number two, it's because they invest billions of dollars on a yearly basis to enlarge in their army and
Not a strength, I feel.
and their weapons wise.
Yeah.
But
It's real
technology wise
fortified.
in weapon, like China has a weapon, it's called M60. One missile can hold 60 nuclear warheads and one atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Now they drop 4 of those. The world wipe out.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. US doesn't have anything like that. Russia has a missile, a nuclear missile where you cannot detect it until it explodes.
Wait, they do?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called it's a sonic missile. Now you have China just launched this it's not an F, it's I forgot the plane. It's conducting either Mach 3 or Mach 4 in speed. It's moving so fast that radar or almost a visible eye cannot see it. Why the hell you gonna go war with those people? Why you don't go war with them? Tell them they can't have these type of nuclear weapons or these type of advanced technology and all that crap. You're settling it with Iran and trying to, because they went and they blew up Iraq because they claimed that Iraq is the one that was involved with 9/11.
Yeah, they had weapons of mass, which was all nonsense because we kind of find out that it was Israel that orchestrated all
That
that.
I don't know about the Israel thing, and
Iraq-
we don't have that
Iraq
much
was Saddam
facts
Hussein, right?
that Israel.
Well,
whatever
let's
the
put
case
a
may
lot
be,
of people are leaning towards that, and what we're finding out is that for the last 80 to 100 years, a lot of these problems that have been caused around the world has been because Israel initiated it, and then they hide behind the United States. And then the United States has to fight their battles because they're being extorted, blackmailed, whatever the case may be. But that's basically becoming now the world consensus. This isn't just conspiracy theories or things like that. This is basically becoming the world. Like, not like he's saying, yeah, this is still hearsay. This is not necessarily fact. But what it is, when you're in a room full of 100 people and 99 people are saying the same thing 9 times out of 10, that's probably the truth.
Right.
So, that's as far as that's going.
Be the common denominator.
Exactly. They're the greatest common factor. They are the problem. And for some reason, we keep fighting their battles, which is nonsense because they hate us. So why are we fighting battles for people that hate us? They hate America.
If you look, again, there's another video pop up. I mean, these ascetic Jews, which is the real Jews.
Those are the real, and there's a civil war going on with that too because they don't
they're
agree with them.
burning the Israel flags,
Yeah,
and
because
they are Jews.
Yeah, because they don't agree with Zionism.
Some people are running jokes that
Say it again.
they are burning Israel flags.
Yeah.
The Jews.
These are the Jews.
Some Jews are in Brooklyn and elsewhere. They are burning the Israel flags. And some people says, okay, isn't that anti-Semitic? Why don't lock them up or
Exactly.
which is true.
No, but then the thing about it, that's the whole thing. It can't be anti-Semitic. You know why? Because they're not Semites. You know who are Semites? The Palestinians are Semites. Those are Semites. Those Israelis, those are not Semites. They're Europeans. They're Edomites. Okay?
I
A
thought-
Semite is from the desert.
I thought the anti-Semites are the ones who goes against the Jewish religion.
Yeah, and it's
Jewish
not.
faith.
That's what we've always been taught. That's what we've always conditioned. It's a lie because they are not Semites. So therefore, how are we being anti-Semitic if you are not a Semite? What they're doing to the Palestinian people, that's anti-Semitic because those are the true Semites. Remember, the Semites come from Assyria, Syria, things like that. They come from the Middle East. They don't come from Eastern Europe. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying to even do a retract right now in my mind. And I'm like, how this really war started between Israel and Iran in the first place? That's what I'm trying to fabble in my mind because there's no legitimate information out there which I can find.
I think all tension, hostility.
No, what it is that you got to remember where Israel is located at. They're trying to do this Greater Israel project. So all those surrounding countries around Israel, or I should say Palestine, which Israel is illegally occupying, they're trying to basically do this Greater Israel project to where they want to spread out and conquer this whole land. And this land isn't theirs.
So that's how the war started.
And this is how it started. This has been going
But-
on for 80 years.
But Iran didn't do anything. They just sitting
Iran,
there, mind their
Iran
business.
doesn't bother nobody. They've been at it with Iran since night because you got to also remember these countries that they're going after. These are countries that don't have a Rothschild-controlled central bank. Remember, Israel was built by the Rothschilds. If you don't know who the Rothschilds are, then I advise you Google them and look them up. I'm not going to sit here because that can be a whole hour conversation. But if you don't know who the Rothschilds are one of the most powerful family bloodlines in the world. There are
Don't they own,
13.
like, the central
There are
banks and
13.
stuff?
Yes, exactly. And you got to remember, these countries that they're going to war with, these countries don't have. Iran does not have a Rothschild-controlled central bank. You understand what I'm saying? Venezuela didn't have a Rothschild-controlled central bank. North Korea doesn't have a Rothschild-controlled central bank. Russia kicked the Rothschilds out of Russia, so they don't have a. So you see the pattern here.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. So this is what it all comes down to. Like I tell a lot of people, when you want to find out the nonsense and the fuckery, just follow the money. And you're going to see that's exactly what it is. And now, right now, what they're doing, because, since they're trying to hit Jordan, they're trying to hit Lebanon, they're trying to hit Iraq, because this is all part of the Greater Israel project that they're trying to spread Israel out. You understand? And really trying to dominate the world. Okay? These are not good people. They really aren't. They don't have our best interests at heart. To be honest, they're holding Americans by the short and curlies. They are extorting Americans. We are being extorted by Israel. We are controlled by Israel. We are occupied by Israel, and that is not good.
I mean, you look at this nation, the Jews as a nation, which they should be setting examples.
Exactly.
I mean, the issue with what
And we
country
shouldn't even
they-
call them Jews because they make Jews look bad. They're Zionists.
what other country they just finished with war with? What was that a country they just finished war with prior to Iran?
That was wasn't that Iraq? No,
No, it wasn't Iraq. It was,
that wasn't Iraq. That was
where they were banning, where they were because that country bombed, which they were wrong in the first place. So I'm not condoling what that country did. Here's my problem.
talking from October 7th.
Yeah, of last year when they went.
Yeah,
and,
that was Palestine. That was
when-
basically when they were going on the Gaza Strip.
So when they some bomb what do you call them suicide bombers.
Yes.
From I think it's from I mean when it comes back to us
Yeah.
from a country from that country in the Middle East. So they went and bombed Israel and killed a couple hundred people and stuff like that. Israel like, okay, that's how you're running, and then retaliate and just started killing left and right. But they were trying, according to what I'm understanding, they were trying to target the bomber because they have these guys, the terrorist group that forms specifically in an area in that country.
ISIS.
And they're trying to get rid of them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened when they bomb Israel. So my problem is this. I am not saying what these guys did are wrong. All right? Okay, Israel retaliate.
Right.
I mean, they were wrong. So Israel retaliate, right? They took out a couple hundred people.
Yeah, even though Israel cast the first stone, they cast the first stone and hid their hand. And then the
It
other
wasn't-
people
it was-
retaliated.
it
That's
was
exactly
Israel-
what it was. They cast the first stone and then hid their hand. And then on October 7th, that other country retaliated. But it made it look like they attacked first because Israel cast the first stone and then hid their hand. And everybody knows what that means when you cast the first stone and you hide your hand.
Right.
And Israel is
So,
notorious for
I
that.
didn't know about that part that it was Israel. But I thought
Yeah.
it was
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So-
an unprovoked.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't
It was
unprovoked.
them. Bomb Israel after, and then Israel go back and retaliate.
Exactly.
So fine, you know, at the end of the day, you retaliate, you kill a couple thousands now of people.
Yeah.
The problem what I have with this nation that says they're supposed to be God-fearing nation
Exactly.
is that now you started preventing innocent kids are suffering or dying because they are preventing day-to-day supply.
Yeah, they're starving them out. Ethnic cleansing. That's
you
what
know,
they're doing.
water, food, or whatever the case may be, which have nothing to do with the Talibans.
Exactly.
That's right, the Taliban.
Yeah.
Have nothing to do with the Taliban because they isolate in a specific area in that country,
Right.
and they didn't control the entire country. There's a certain places. So, based while this war is going on, Israel is bombing these guys left and right, killing also innocent people, blowing up hospitals and all this stuff, where these innocent people are living, and children, dogs, cat, things are just dying. And at the end of the day, you already they kill about 600 people for Israel. Israel kill about 2,000 and growing.
Yeah. And they've been doing it like
When
ethnic
are you
cleansing.
going to stop? These are innocent people are
Yeah.
dying. And then you sit now on this pedestal claiming that you are such a holy nation.
And they're not. They're evil people.
You're supposed to be setting example to the world.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, you're supposed to set example. No, I'm not sitting here and say, yes, lay dead. I mean, because God helped those who help themselves at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And so you retaliate, which technically the Bible says, you know, if the man slap you on the right, turn the other cheek. But that's a tough piece, right? You know, it's a tough piece, even for me. Because you come and slap me, boy,
For anybody.
you know.
Yeah, you slap me, you better run and hide for the rest of your life.
Even though I should humble myself, but it's a tough piece. That shows that
He said,
we have
"That's all about myself."
we are humans because
Yeah.
you know at the end of the day, it's our natural nature to retaliate. Somebody hurt you, somebody offend
course.
you. It's a natural
Of
nature
course.
to respond.
to defend ourselves.
Yes, of
Defend
course.
and respond. So at the end of the day, I understand it, but it's something that it is from a humblest level. What the Bible recommends is that listen, somebody do this, you know, you turn the other cheek. But you have to put that in context. At the end of the day, I don't really want to get too much in religion or get into religion, but
Yeah.
you have to put it in context. One of these
But
days,
to be
folks,
honest, what we're talking about, it intertwines very much with religion because the whole thing with this Greater Israel project, they're trying to spread out. And the reason why they're doing this, they want to build a temple because they're saying that that's going to bring Jesus back. No, it's not. They're trying to resurrect the Antichrist.
they don't
Because
have-
like they
number
always say,
one-
that, huh?
Number one, they don't have no respect for Jesus.
No,
number one.
they don't.
They just claim that
They have
he's,
none.
He's just a great prophet. of the
Exactly.
time.
If you read the Talmud, they have no respect for him. The Torah does not say that about Jesus.
They
The
don't
Bible does not
recognize
say
him
that
as
about
God.
Jesus. Look, the Torah, the Quran, the Bible, they all respect Jesus. They know that he's a prophet. Okay, they know who he is, that he's the Son of God. The Talmud, which is this book, this disgusting book that that the Zionists follow, these are the ones that say, "Oh, Jesus was just a regular man; he's nobody special."
It's a Jewish
Now,
book,
mind
right?
you, well, no, it's the synagogue of Satan, because, like I said, how they always say they're the chosen people. They're not God's chosen people; they're Satan's chosen people. And then what it is, they hide behind the guise of Judaism and things like that. They make Jews look bad because they are not true Jews.
They were the chosen folks,
Yeah,
and God
they are Zionists.
and God abandoned them because
Yeah.
of their arrogance and
Because
their
exactly.
self-conceited
So they were
ways.
given a spiritual kingdom. They were never given a physical land. So all this intertwines. Even though you're supposed to separate religion from state, they're intertwining. And basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to bring back the Antichrist. And they're trying to disguise it as saying, "Oh no, this is that we're bringing back Jesus Christ." No, you're not. You're bringing back the Antichrist. So that's basically where all
That's
this.
a little broad.
No, but this is what it all breaks down to. That's why this whole Greater Israel. Just Google whenever you get a chance. Google Greater Israel Project, and then just look at go on Reddit, go on Google, go on these different outlets, DuckDuckGo, because you want to go to places that are unfiltered. Like unfortunately, Google's kind of compromised. But you figure
I was
like,
about to say you're going to research. Like, you researching anything about the USR so forth on Google, you may get false information.
Exactly.
Or modified.
Oh, they're going to
information.
mislead. Yeah, they're going to mislead you.
Because it doesn't further their agenda.
Yeah,
certain
they're going to
things.
mislead you. They're going to mislead you all day.
Listen, at the end of the day, this thing comes down. It is getting serious. You have housing crisis. You have financial crisis. You have
Got a homeless crisis.
yeah. So, and I'm glad you brought that up because looking at it from the standpoint,
Yeah.
we have this country is really wealthy, right?
Yes,
And
we are.
we can find how much they giving Ukraine still? About 40 billion on a quarterly basis. If they, I mean, it used to be a monthly, but now it's probably down.
Give it to who?
They're
Ukraine.
Yeah, they're stealing money. They're basically laundering money.
So you're giving 40 billion to a country, because Russia is handling these people, and I believe that look at it logically. Small little Ukraine, and look how long this war is going. Russia could wipe these guys off the map the day the war start, but they're not doing that. They're dragging it out. And somebody shared with
Why
me.
do you think they do that? There's a
I
purpose.
think it is a purpose, of course. These guys there's a purpose, and one of the purpose what these guys share. Some guys where we sit down and rap and we think together, and they said, you know what? I believe Russia is strategizing this in a financial structure.
Yes,
so
they are.
Ukraine now, where the U.S. keep on dumping money. I mean, again, Russia could wipe these guys off the map and the war start today. It done today.
But that's also
It
money.
it should be easy.
But that's what they're doing. They're plunging so much because the more they stay there, the longer they stay, and U.S. keep on dumping the funds.
And that's a money laundering scheme because trust me, that money's coming right back into certain pockets of certain people that we elected. So we have our certain leaders that are stealing money from us.
U.S. keep on dumping money like that. Eventually, what's going to happen is that the U.S. is going to start going bankrupt.
Yeah,
financially,
and we shouldn't be because we are one of the richest.
And I think
we're probably one of the richest countries in the world.
You know,
this is one of the things.
You know what that money could do for us here locally.
But
exactly,
I am presenting that I am using that as an example to bring it home, to put things now together.
Perspective, I see.
We have so much. No, the U.S., Ukraine, you have 195. Well, technically, it's 195 countries, but technically, it's 193 countries because Palestine and the where the Pope is at consider
Rome.
Rome.
Yeah,
right.
they're
so
what do you
they're
call
not
Vatican?
A part of
Vatican City.
The Vatican, right? So they're not a part of the world mass.
They're like nation. Right. Remember, Palestine is an area. It's like a region, so it's not necessarily a country.
Right.
And so, like you said, like with Vatican City.
The Vatican
same thing as Israel. Israel's not a country. Israel's a nation state.
So
that illegally occupies that region of Palestine.
But it's considered a country compared to.
No, they're considered a nation state.
Nation state.
They're a nation state.
They're not a part of the.
They're not a country. They are a
nation
nation
state.
They're
not a part of the countries.
That's not a part of the 193.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
There's 195 countries in total, but those two countries are not recognized as two countries. They're recognized as
regions.
They're
recognized as regions. So
they're not considered a country that's within the. I forgot the term.
So it would be like a borough.
Basically, I guess like it wouldn't be necessarily a borough. It would be somewhat, if we were to compare it here, it would be like it would be basically like Virginia.
It would be a state.
No, it'd be a commonwealth. Remember, Virginia's not a state, it's a
or
commonwealth.
Or you can use D.C. and
or
Maryland.
D.C., like D.C.'s a district.
Right.
There you go. The District of Columbia.
Example.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. D.C.'s not a
It's
DC's
in
not
Maryland,
a state, it's
right?
a district. Yeah, they're basically, D.C. is basically in between Maryland, Virginia. Yeah, it's in between Maryland and Virginia. But what it is, it's not a state, it's just a district. So that's basically the same as Vatican.
Perfect example.
And also as like Palestine. And then the same thing with Israel. Israel is a nation state, it's not a country.
So coming to the point now, you have so much funds you can find to give away when you have so much homelessness. Unemployment is rising now. Home crisis, homes, the interest rates, all of this stuff.
Mental illness.
You have all of these stuff going on where instead of the country now, the U.S. take their time out and say, listen, let's focus on ourselves. I am not saying the U.S. need to lay dead. They need to have their guards up as well and stuff. But take care of your own. It's just like you and I are boys, right? Your son have a flu or a little cold. My son is dying, and I'm going to leave my son to come and cater to your son.
That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Our infrastructure is crumbling because they're too busy worried about other interests outside of our country. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're certain powers that be, certain people that were elected in officials, they're being paid to do that.
Right, because now the solution is worse than the problem.
Yeah, they're compromised. Like we talked about before. There's 535 members in Congress. 525 of those members are taking money from AIPAC, which is the lobbying interest group for Israel. So basically, they're more for Israel than they are for their own country,
Right.
which makes no sense to me because we're not Israeli. So why do we give a shit what the hell goes on in Israel? It's not our problem. You understand?
The corruption that goes on here, man, is not even funny. And then the politician, I mean, we have Trump hitting us from the federal level.
Exactly.
Then we have this Kandadi.
Mamdani, Kamdani, he's another one.
He's hitting us from.
Hitting us.
The mayor of New York City.
Yeah, but basically, you remember, New York City is the most powerful city in the one of the most powerful cities in the world. Okay, it's probably the most powerful city in the country. So if you break down the most powerful city in this country, how easy is it going to be to break down these other cities? Miami, Chicago, Los Angeles, Seattle, Detroit, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia.
Terribly easy.
You understand what I'm saying? And you're seeing it's happening right before our eyes. So we're getting attacked from all angles. All angles.
But the thing is, I am not sorry for Americans. Us.
No, because
New Yorkers or Americans?
because no
Americans, period.
Americans in
because,
general.
No, listen.
Because the majority of them don't think.
They put Trump. So let me break it down in segments. They put Trump in power. Meanwhile, they know how this man is, right?
Yeah.
His characteristic and stuff like that.
For a second term.
And you know, some of my close friends that voted for this man because they expected money. Baby
Yeah.
Trump, I'm gonna expose him to where
Wait,
he's at.
wait.
I'm gonna-
He wasn't
they
expecting
expected
money though.
Huh?
That's the same. Look, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't support Trump because I was expecting money. I actually believe
Well,
that.
no.
I actually believe that he was for our country.
They think that the economy was gonna boom. Baby
Yeah.
Trump believed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Baby
I
Trump
agree.
believed
I
that.
agree.
And I think that was one of the things why one of the direction he went on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now I asked him the same question as I asked my good boy. Where's the money?
There's no money.
Where's the
And
money?
what is? I'm not gonna like I believe like I talk about it all the time.
It's going to.
It's
Yeah.
going to
It's
Trump
going
pocket
to another country.
because
It's going into Trump's pocket. It's going to
Here's the
Israel.
thing.
It's going to everywhere else except the United States.
So far, and this is not a speculation, this is what I already identified. The portion, what I'm going to share, is that New York Times cannot verify that. So they claim that Trump made up to $1.8 billion.
Yes, he
already.
did.
However,
Yes,
they
he did.
cannot clear $4 billion. What they can clear is the $1.4 billion. They said they believe he made
But
up
they
to.
will verify.
They believe that they verify up to 1.4. They cannot verify the 1.8. They believe that he made 1.8 or a little bit more. They cannot verify.
And he's
that,
still
but
making more money.
What they can verify is the 1.4 billion he made.
Yeah.
Now go figure.
Billion.
and he's still
Billions.
making and he's still making more money.
Making money. Still making
Screwing
money.
us
But
over.
again, I'm not. I would say Trump keep on going. The sad part is that my black behind have to face it because he show you who he is. And these folks, and I said it many times on this podcast, I said it's not going to get better.
You did. You actually.
You did
putting
say that a few
someone,
times.
The same thing with Kandadi. I'm not gonna. He's a con artist. He con
Yeah.
these people out of their vote.
Well, we all knew that
because
from jump about Kandadi.
now he's trying to paint this picture where he's like, oh, we're gonna open up our first government supermarket. Yeah, try to
Yeah.
do that. When? Oh, well, we don't have any timeline yet. Maybe.
No, but then look at all the nonsense he did the other day. Look, and a lot of New Yorkers don't agree with that. Like what he was saying. Oh, we're gonna tax the wealthy white families. What kind of shit is that?
The wealthy white.
The
family.
wealthy white families in New York. So basically, the white families
You
in New
can't
York
single
City.
them out, though.
Yeah, and you don't do that. And trust me, there's people that are. Look, I don't agree with that. I'm not white. You don't do that.
But even so, that's
Yeah, but you don't do that.
discrimination.
Exactly. You don't do that.
Stereotyping.
You don't do
Right.
that. You don't do that. So
Because
even that
this is
right there
foolishness.
shows his character. You don't do that. White people ain't did shit to nobody. Everybody keeps saying white people ain't done nothing. Man, white people got their own fucking problems. And to be honest, I don't want their problems. Those are their problems. Those are white people problems.
Right, we all do.
You understand what I'm
We have our
saying?
own
But
problems.
to be singled out, and then on top of that, attack, you work. These Blancos,
in a
whether
city that should be inclusive.
exactly, whether they inherited their money, whether that money was passed down from family to family, it doesn't matter. That's their money. That's their
theirs.
network. They earn that. You have no right to take that away from them. So what you're saying is that a white family that's worth $4 million, you're going to tax them. But a black family or Latino family that's worth $4 million, you're not going to tax them. And then what you're trying to do, and
Wait,
don't you?
he literally made that statement.
He made that statement. And then and then what's crazy is that
That's crazy.
what's crazy, he thought he was gonna get away with that. Bro, ain't nobody feeling that. So guess what happened now? You know what's happening in Bronxville, right? Everybody's moving to Bronxville, bro. Because I speak with people in Bronxville.
I see
There's
that
an
in the
influx of
Metro
people
North. When the Metro
moving
North-
in.
when the
There's an
Metro North
influx of
come in.
people moving in, white families that live in Midtown.
Right.
Okay?
When the Metro North stop,
That'll move into Scarsdale, Bronxville, Eastchester. They're getting the hell out the city.
even
And do you blame them?
Even
No.
Fleetwood.
I don't blame him either.
I don't blame them
don't
one
blame
bit.
him.
They didn't do nothing to nobody. So what are you trying to do? And then, like I said, if you look up, like anybody that practices Islam, you need to look up the term taqiyya. Taqiyya is a form of deception, and this is exactly what he's doing. So basically, what he's doing, he's fear-mongering. Now, they're saying that he's trying to make it into a Muslim-run city. That's not going to happen. New York is way too big and way too diverse, New Yorkers are way too tough for that to happen.
I'm not gonna throw it that to the window.
But for him to even attempt that is ridiculous. And it shows you, like, the people that voted for him, and I hope you're listening, the guy is a joke. You understand? He is a joke. He is not to be trusted. He is exactly a con artist, okay? And he's running the same playbook. He's a Zionist also. His mother's a Zionist. His mother's in the Epstein list. We conveniently forget about that. His mother was mentioned in the Epstein list. His mother was one of Epstein's broads. If you look at Mamdani, he looks like Epstein because they're saying that he's one of Epstein's illegitimate kids.
Hey, listen, we don't know anything about that factual statement. I mean,
nah. Like I said, it's not factual. This is what I hear, but you got to remember, I've been dealing with a lot of conspiracy theorists, and my conspiracy they've been batting 1,000 for the past 5 years.
They be on point a lot.
So like I said, yeah, they be on point. So like I said, these are not things that are factual that we can't that we can't actually, prove that's facts. But to be honest with you, with so much nonsense and bullshit that's going around, what can you prove that's facts? So now what you got to do is that you have to really put in your critical thinking. And everybody knows how I am. I really am the king of toxicity. So basically, you know my rule. If there's fuckery afoot, then most likely 9 times out of 10, that's the truth. So as far as Mamdani, and his nonsense that he's pulling, as far as what Trump is pulling, which you really disappoint me, Donnie. You really do, man. Because I really thought you was for the city. I really thought you was for the country. And you're showing yourself that you're a sellout. And now you're trying to initiate a draft to where you want, the kids 18 to 25 to enlist in the army. And that's not, to enlist in the military. Your son Barron is 18 years old. So, he's going to get enlisted. He's not going to be able to dodge that. That wasn't smart.
He was trying to.
I see the selective service going to be automatic now.
They're trying to initiate a draft from 18 to 25. So this is what I'm saying. Like, he really disappoints me. Like I said, I still got support for you. Because trust me, I damn sure wasn't going to support the other candidate, but you really disappoint me. You really do.
He's going to try to block that door. If it's initiated and moving forward, he's going to put it in somewhere that Byron won't go.
Yeah, and that will cause a revolt. And that's what's going to happen in the United States. We are on the way to a revolt.
But
this is what's basically going to happen. The people are going to revolt.
Listen,
eventually, they're going to get tired of it, and they're going to revolt.
Why this was out the window in the first place? Bush did the same thing.
Exactly.
When they went to Iraq, when they start this war, the possibility that now his son would probably get drafted, he abandoned the
exactly
and kick it out the window. So there was no drafting anymore. And then this is where now Trump is.
Yeah,
I guess trying to bring back up this thing, whatever the case may be.
And like I said, I'm still very much for Trump. But dude, like you're really like me personally, like you're really pissing me off, bro. Because you're letting us down. You're insulting our intelligence, man. I really thought you were for this country, bro. Like I'm really on some. I'm not a MAGA head no more. I'm America first because this is my country. America's all I know.
Listen, folks. To be honest with you, as I said. As much as I don't like how Trump move and like his characteristic and stuff like that, he has done stuff. He has done good stuff.
He has.
And I applaud that he has done good stuff. But for the fact of the matter is that Trump himself, at the end of the day, that guy is completely loony.
Yeah.
I mean, when he and Elon was there and they do good things, I applaud them. Regardless of how my feelings, how they are and how I view him, I applaud him because he had done a lot of good things and he cleaned up a lot of stuff what the Democrat, which I'm a Democrat, and these other folks was doing. And he came in and cleaned up. But at the same time, the cleanup, the little good what he did, all the corruption and the nonsense and the bad things.
The bad is outweighing the good right now. The bad is outweighing the good right now.
I thought he was going to at least maybe like you have maybe a 6.4 from 1 to 10, like a 6.4.
But it's like
now it's like the 6.4 meaning like you're gonna have like 6% of good and 4% bad.
And it's not happening.
Now it's like right now it's like 9-1.
Yeah,
no,
I mean to be honest,
the bad is far away outweighing the good.
And to be honest with you, how do you allow How do you allow for gas to go up $1.50 a gallon in 6 weeks? Like, how do you allow that? You already know we're in dire straits financially in this country, and then you allow that to happen
He was focusing
because
on
of the
eggs.
Strait of Hormuz. And to be honest with you, I still think it's a con because we don't get our oil from the Strait of Hormuz. So I don't even know why we're even affected by that.
Yeah, if we have, that's another thing. If
You
we
understand
have
what I'm saying?
all these reserve and all these
Why
oil,
are we even affected by that?
why this issue is
Yeah,
affecting
the
us
math ain't
here.
mathing.
Right. The reserves should be an emergency
Exactly.
right now.
Not emergency. We
Exactly.
according
We are
to
in
our
an
understanding, we
emergency.
have our own oil base where
got a
we
reserve.
dig oil and pull from the ground, just like these-
other Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
the
math
oil
ain't math.
field
many
out there.
places.
It really isn't.
Many places. In
It
the
really isn't.
country.
Like, those
We
are the
got
things that I
our oil
worry
field.
about.
Right. So why are we suffering because
Yeah,
this
exactly.
country
It's
do this?
nonsense.
It's all bullcrap, man. It's just all
It's
political
nonsense.
game.
Look, and then what he said, like, he really disappointed me. Like, dude, like, what he said about Alex Jones, what he said about Tucker Carlson, what he said about Candace Owens. Like, these are people that supported you. These are people that supported you. And you turn your back on them because they're asking the right questions? Those are real journalists.
I think it's consumers. We have to.
Exactly.
But
Like, Alex Jones was one of his biggest supporters, man. And you know, the way he went against Alex Jones, that wasn't right.
we went in, right?
Yeah, man, that wasn't right. And now you're trying to make it seem like Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been saying the same thing for 20 years. So if you're saying the same thing for 20 years and you never strayed from that story, either you're a really good liar or you're telling the truth.
I don't know what possessed him.
And I don't know anybody that can lie that good for 20 years, not even me. And I'm the king of toxicity.
I don't know what possessed Trump to. He went out and he created this AI image, generated image, saying that he's Jesus. And
Oh, God, don't even get me started
And
on
then-
that. That's just blasphemous.
I mean, it is
It
blasphemous.
really
And
is.
then
It really is. And I'm not even a
he had
religious
to
man
pull
like
it.
that. But you don't, there's
Yeah.
certain things you don't play with.
I saw the picture of it, and I'm like,
Now,
dude,
was that him that did that or was that his team?
I don't know, but the fact that
You know, you go-
I
you
like-
know, you go
regardless
deflect.
if it's him or not, at the end of the day, it's still coming out of the
Yeah,
administration.
and it's not.
right?
It's not. That was in
And-
very bad taste. It
and-
really was.
He fired people for doing their job and
Yeah.
for even do
The
less.
The
I mean, I said he fired people for who are doing their job legitimately. So if it wasn't him, I mean, more likely, I don't think he have the capability of creating stuff like that. More likely, he probably tell someone, "Oh, you know what? Create this for me, and then I'll put it up on True Social." Or
That's just
whatever."
ridiculous.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Again, this is all speculation.
Yeah, this
Or
is, but
if he may have the talent.
that's not
to create
far
it.
fetched though. That
But
sounds
may
true.
have
That
the
sounds
talent to
somewhat
create
true.
It's his account.
But
You're
it's his
responsible.
account. At
Yeah,
the
but I'm
end of the
assuming
day,
he has somebody administering his account
if
for
a
him.
car is registered to you,
you run the light.
No-
Guess
no
where the
matter
ticket
who's-
is coming.
good.
Yeah.
You made my point.
Exactly. No, and it's not. It's
But
not.
the
You know,
fact that
But like you said, it was in poor taste.
and
they're
then,
very poor
and
taste.
then he's over there trying to fight with the Pope now, because the Pope was coming from a biblical standpoint. The Pope says, "Listen, we need to have peace. We're not supporting what's going on," and he got offended. He's like, "Oh, I'm not a fan of the Pope." And
you started ripping
Yeah.
him
He's
apart.
trying
man.
to so the Pope like, "Listen, me bastard." Well, I'm paraphrasing. He
Yeah.
didn't say that, but I'm
You
just saying.
paraphrase.
I'm just saying, you know, in my translation, he's like, "Listen, whatever I said, it wasn't even coming at you. I was talking specifically biblical, and this is what I support. However, I don't scared of your behind or scared of your administration. Go do what you gotta do."
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's what he said.
Yo, he went off on him.
He went off on him. Yeah, the
This is
Pope
good
went
water.
off on Trump.
I don't know what this
And-
is,
and then
but this
Trump
is good
clapped
water.
back. Trump clapped back at him.
Trump clapped back by, "Oh, I'm not a fan of you anyway, and I never really liked you and all that stuff."
Isn't the Pope a New Yorker?
Yeah, he was born in the U.S.
Yeah, the new Pope. Yeah, but see, even something like that, like, bro, this is a religious figure. You don't do that. Like, there's just certain things you don't do,
Right.
and that's one of them.
It's just to show you how demonized this man reached.
Yeah, it's either that or he's possessed, or like I still think he's compromised. Like I still think, and maybe that's the foolishness in me. I really thought that he had good intentions, but you allowed, you know, these certain people, these people that are pulling your strings, to extort you and manipulate you, and tell you what to do. And that's a shame because I've always thought that you were the kind of person that you don't let anybody control you. See, like me, I really don't let anybody control me. Nobody controls me.
Toxicity.
Exactly. I will die on both feet, never knees in the dirt, and everybody knows that about me.
Woo wee.
So, and that's the kind of person I thought you were.
Unfortunately,
And you're not.
10 toes, baby.
And you're
10
not.
toes.
And that's disgusting
Are you
because,
instigating?
dude, you're a New Yorker. You're a New Yorker. We're
None of
built
business.
differently. I'm a true New Yorker. No matter where I'm at, whether I'm in California, Colorado, Tennessee, Connecticut, I'm always going to be a New Yorker, and I'm always going to stand my ground. 100%. And I thought that was the kind of president that you were, and it's becoming that you were not, that you were compromised, that you were allowing other people to dictate your movements and and let you do certain things. Well, I remember when you said you wanted peace when you first got into office. I want peace. I want peace.
That was a joke.
And we are in the middle of World War III right now.
Which who started? And he claimed that. Remember, he claimed that he would not start war number 2.
Exactly, and you started it. Actually, you didn't start it. Israel started it.
He was pushing that.
And out of all people, we kept telling you, leave Iran alone. Iran is not to be messed with. Now you're finding out the hard way.
He was pushing where he's like, oh, if I was in power at the time when Biden and Obama was in power and the war in Ukraine started.
Exactly.
He was like, oh, if I was in power, none of that shit would happen. None of that.
And look, and you allow, and you're
so he like, oh, when I
you're
come
just
in,
as bad as they
end.
were.
He's been here a year now, right?
Yeah.
And change.
So basically, what that tells me is that America and the American people are for sale to the highest bidder. You don't care about us.
They never.
And as Americans, people that are listening, as Americans, we are true Americans. They don't care about us. These elected officials, these people that we voted, they do not care about us. It's one big giant club, and we're not in it. So you need to open up your eyes and believe that. I don't believe anything what anybody says anymore. And these are people that I actually supported, that I wholeheartedly supported. And what it is, they don't care about us. It's all about the payout. We are for sale. Their loyalty is for sale. Their ethics are for sale. They have no integrity. Don't go down that road. Don't listen. Don't believe what you hear on the news because they're conditioning you and telling you how to think when you need to think for yourself.
Manipulating.
Exactly.
It's just bad.
It's nonsense. Fuckery. Bullshit.
Well, people, as I usually share with you,
this is bullcrap.
Exactly. This is bullcrap.
You gotta stick with your intellect. You stop allowing your emotions to collide with your intellect.
Big facts.
If you continue doing that, you see you made the same mistake when you put Trump in office, and I don't sorry for none of y'all who is suffering out there. I do not sorry for you. You came in on the New York level. We are in New York, so on the New York level, for those, go and vote for Kandadi.
Yeah.
His name is Mandadi. But
because you actually believe we're going to get free
Kandadi,
buses and $30 an hour minimum wage and no rent.
You allow him to con you out of your votes. Because he know that New York are suffering and they're in a vulnerable state. And based on what he saw that, just like when Trump running like, I'm going to build a wall, all the racists came out. And they vote for this man to put him because, that's what they want to hear.
He did build a wall. It's like a half a wall.
Build what wall?
He still built the wall.
What wall he built?
He built the wall.
He put up over there,
hey,
that's
but it's
a wall?
Still a wall. It's still a wall. So we can't,
It's all aesthetics, man.
It's still a wall. That's something, but it's still a wall.
He put up 2 million blocks and called it a wall.
Hey,
right?
it's still a wall. Right there, it's still a wall.
Something wrong with you.
So we can't.
So from a New York level, I don't sorry for none of you who are suffering here.
I don't feel for
it's just
none of them.
The point is that my black behind is suffering inside, but guess what? I'm glad about it because you guys are feeling it too. You should know better. You know that this man cannot do a lot of his stuff. What he's trying to do, it's by
and now they're crying bloody murder. Now they're screaming bloody murder.
Has to pass those laws. He can MTA number 1. You're talking about free bus ride.
Exactly.
Now he's talking about free supermarket. He finally came out. Oh, we found a spot down in Harlem. Oh, we're gonna build a free supermarket. We're gonna have it all in 5
That's
boroughs.
a trap.
How is that gonna happen?
That's a trap.
The city complaining, number 1, already, but they don't have any money. So now for you to build supermarket and give things half price.
Exactly.
Whatever costs $10, now it's gonna cost $5 because it's a city-owned supermarket. How long this gonna survive?
Exactly.
You don't have income coming in like you have billionaires dumping into that. How long this is gonna survive?
And
it's foolishness.
It will also be kind of like counterproductive because now you're taking jobs away from those people who work in the other supermarkets.
Yeah.
See how that works?
It doesn't make any sense. But what is
if you open a government supermarket? It means you're gonna get less business.
Do you know what happens?
Traffic at the other supermarket.
Do you know what happens when it's
gonna stifle them now?
But you know what's happened to a government-controlled supermarket? Do you know what happens? Yeah, it's all fine and dandy at first, right? Until that first year. Now they're rationing stuff out to you.
Correct.
Now instead of buying 2 chickens because you maybe have a full family, you buy 2 full chickens. Now they're only letting you buy a half a chicken, and you still gotta feed the same amount of people.
But here's the other thing too. what type of food they're gonna produce for them to also knock down these prices.
Exactly. And
So
then on top of that, they're poisoning us through food.
It's probably gonna be
And
foolishness.
it's gonna be coming real fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be foolishness
Yeah.
they're gonna put in these supermarkets. So
Injecting them.
Yeah,
in
they're
a sense,
poisoning
they
us.
poison you in a sense.
Look, that whole, what do you call, with the fruit, everything right now. Like, if you ever look at the fruit, look at the fruit. If there's a sticker on it that says apeel, APEEL, there's a chemical on that fruit that there's poison in it that slowly kills you. Do you know who owns apeel? Bill Gates. You understand?
Him is fishy. It is fishy because there's
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
stuff,
It's
yeah.
not.
There's
It's
lot
a
of
setup.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What he did with the farms and what he trying to promote with
Stay
these
locked in.
vaccines.
Stay
and
locked
stuff like
in.
that.
Look,
folks.
let's put it this way: Bill Gates and for some reason the country of China own the most farmland in the United States. Bill Gates
One person.
and the government of China.
One person.
Well, one person is Bill Gates, and then the other person is the government of China. These two entities own the most farmland in the United States.
How is that?
How is that even possible?
How is that possible? Especially, I can understand Bill Gates because he's
Yeah,
born
but
and
do you see the
raised-
nonsense behind that? You
China.
want to own the farmland,
How-
so you're trying to control the food. You want to poison us.
Yeah, basically you own in the U.S.
Exactly.
I mean, your own between you, a resident that's
If you're
here,
allowed- if you're allowed to occupy that
foreign
much land,
Yeah.
foreign entity that holds
Yeah.
maybe half of the production, the agriculture here in the U.S.
Yeah.
That's deep, bro.
I mean, obviously, they're not going to say the government of China, but these are entities that are backed by the government of China.
Well, let me clean this up. If what King Talks just shared, that the Chinese or the China own portion of our farm agriculture,
A great majority.
Yeah.
and then
Bill Gates owns the other majority?
it's a problem.
Yeah, some
So
nonsense
if
is
that
afoot.
is true, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a big
major
problem.
problem here for us. I mean, as I said, hell is coming.
Yeah.
Hell is coming. And
I mean, like I said, either way, I'm going to be fine because I'm a king of toxicity. I'll thrive in hell, I'll thrive in heaven. It doesn't matter to me. I know how to survive one way or another. If I got to be evil, then I got to be evil.
unbelievable.
What do you mean unbelievable?
He's like, he's going so well.
Bro,
No, I have to stricken from the
What
record.
do you mean?
I have to start
No,
stricken from
I'm
the
telling
record.
you, open up your eyes,
Open
man.
up what
Don't
eyes?
you understand? I act accordingly. What do you think? I'm going to be a martyr? No, they will never martyr me. They will never martyr me because I will walk this earth for 1,000 years. I'm King Tox.
But who's going to give you life to walk around for 1,000 years?
What do you mean, bro? They've already given it to me. I'm not going anywhere.
They who?
Huh?
Who? They who?
The powers that be. The gods.
The gods.
The Most High.
There's
The
only
gods.
one God.
Huh?
Everything else is...
No, you have one. You have one God. You're absolutely right. But then you have the gods.
So they are
You have the
false.
gods of war.
They're
okay?
joking then.
You have the gods of war. You have the gods of toxicity. You have the gods of evilness. These are all the people. I will walk
And
this earth.
those are who you
I will
associated
work
with.
this earth. No, I talk to God too. But he gets tired of my nonsense and then kicks me out.
Kick you out from where?
Huh?
From where?
From the pearly years, and I'm not letting you back in no more. It's all right, whatever.
Unbelievable, right?
What do you mean? No, but what I'm saying is that I act accordingly. Look, because
and his own,
no,
yeah, exactly. He's convicted in his
because
own.
one way or another, I'm gonna survive. One way or another, I'm not gonna be the victim.
I think that's
Never.
I think that's a great mentality to have. We should all
Never.
have a survivalist
I'm not.
mentality.
I'm not.
No
So
matter
that
how
means-
the circumstances.
Not like
shift.
his. You must
whether,
be nuts.
whether
It
I'm the
wouldn't be
good
that-
guy,
it wouldn't
look,
be that extreme.
whether I'm the
but-
good guy or the villain,
But I believe.
and
that,
I love being the villain
the bad guys.
because
right?
it feels good to do bad things.
Right,
That's why.
Listen, we don't promote anything like that.
We
here
promote
on our
everything
brother.
like that.
We don't promote.